But here's the thing. You watch football?
No.
The Carolina Panthers. Of course you don't.
No.
And, oh, so passionately, too. No. Sex as hell with that. No. Football, what's that?
You told me to bring it.
Okay, you bring it, too.
All right.
Yeah.
Come on.
My penis is going to miss this. But, the thing is, man, is that Cam Newton. First of all, before we get into the question about sore losers, let's talk about Cam Newton. A lot of people watched the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Not her, but the rest of us did.
Right.
Danielle, you like that football? She's like, yeah, big old strong black men crashing into each other for love. Love that shit.
Brain damage.
Brain damage? Brain damage is sexy. Concussions are hot. That movie Concussion was porn for her. I love it. Tell the truth. This shit is sexy as hell. But Cam Newton, let me tell y'all something about Cam Newton, man. Cam Newton, quarterback for the Carolina Panthers, and they played the Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
Denver Broncos won in what was a pretty shitty game, actually.
It was a horrible game.
The Panthers, now I'm not going to get into football. I don't even know that much about football, but I watched the game, and I know a good game and a bad game when I see it. You had the Broncos, who had great defense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Panthers I don't know what the fuck was going on with them that night, but they couldn't handle that defense, and plus they just seemed to not have any energy at all.
No,
Peyton Manning knew it so much that he was just throwing a few yards.
Look, he can barely throw because he's an old man.
I mean, it was like everybody was expecting that like fucking Hail Mary play, and it was just
that shit's not happening. Not with Peyton Manning.
This motherfucker playing tiddlywinks with the football and shit. So now somebody's gonna win and somebody's gonna lose.
Right.
And they say you got to go into the game knowing that 50-50, and a lot of people actually were betting on the Panthers. Man.
Yeah. Everybody, really.
Yeah, because it's Cam Newton, who's 26, and there he is right there. He's like, what the fuck happened last night?
We lost.
That loss put him in a shock. Shit, where am I?
Game is over?
Yeah. That was a time he threw the ball and somebody knocked out his hand. He still thought he was throwing that shit. But, look, the thing with Peyton Manning and Cam Newton's 26.
Yeah.
And Peyton Manning, it was like, the guy who maybe should just call it quits going up against the young quarterback superstar.
Yeah.
Everybody says Cam Newton is great to see play.
Right.
He's a lot of fun. He brings energy and dynamic to the game.
Yeah. Dances and shit.
And that's one thing people said. People are loving this because, he's getting this dab on and shit,
You okay?
Yeah, no, I was.
Threw his back out.
He
I
did
know.
almost hurt himself.
I was trying not to give her the back of my hand.
Talk about Peyton Manning being old.
And then if I hit you, then I'm gonna have physical abuse on top of sexual harassment on there.
It's on camera.
Yeah, so I got a little nervous, oh shit.
Matrix around it.
Yeah, but he got out there, and not only they say that he played badly, the more he played and the more they were losing and the more he kept fumbling the ball, the more he just lost.
Turned into a kid.
He lost fucking energy in the game.
Yeah.
There was a part of the ball fumbled. He just looked at the shit. Y'all got it?
No? You want me to go in?
He did run for it, too.
He ran and it just stopped.
And he's stopped. He's like, no, I'm back in.
Yeah, and he stopped. He looked like that when it fell.
He dabbed out. He was
Yeah.
Feet didn't move. Just stood there.
Why am I talking about all this? Because when you play that bad, you have to go out and you still have to do a press conference.
Got to do it.
That's part of the business. That's part of your requirement,
Yeah.
whether you like it or not. So there's been a huge controversy about how Cam Newton, the guy who's been dabbing and dancing and doing jumping jacks all year, can't handle a loss, man.
And talking a lot of shit.
And talking
A lot of
shit.
shit.
Yeah.
Went to his press conference and gave just monosyllabic answers, and at one point just kind of pouted the whole time.
We'll be back.
Ron said Denver 2 years ago.
I think that word is monosyllabic. I don't know shit for sure.
You fucked it up
No
like
one knew
I know. I don't know. Let me just say I don't know what it is.
You have to stop.
I'll come to my press conference. I don't know how to fucking read or spell. That's how I fucked up.
So I hired this guy to write for me.
Yeah, exactly. Corey, what could you have done better with that word? Nothing.
Monosyllabic?
Got out player, bro.
He can't even look at people.
Oh, yeah.
And he's looking at everybody but the reporter. He's looking at the walls.
Yeah.
He's like a little mad kid, kicking his feet and then don't want to listen to anybody.
Yeah.
And there are points in here where he just, I mean, I gotta admit, you can hardly hear the players out here. And this is a clip from the NFL. You can hardly hear the questions, but they are asking them the same shit that you hear all the time.
Yeah.
You know, what could you have done better?
Yeah.
What?
How does it feel to lose?
Yeah, how does it feel? How the fuck you think it feels to lose?
Like shit, asshole.
Yeah,
You see how I look? This
it
is how
feels like
feels.
that right there. You know.
Hold on, go back.
Look how disappointed that guy
Is that
behind
Aaron
him
over?
was.
Oh, Aaron, that's like, dude, you just come out shot. Yeah, you probably want to ask that question. How's it feel to lose? How you think it fucking feels to
Yeah, it's a
lose?
fucking Super Bowl and you lost in a horrible way.
Yeah.
It
Imagine
feels shitty.
Nationally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what it feels like? Like I just won the lottery and the fucking ticket blew up my hand. I never saw it
Yeah,
again.
it's
How the
exactly
fuck
right.
you think it feels?
Evan Mathis at podium 14.
So it's not a,
Anything in particular that's memorable?
Losing.
This is awesome.
God,
This
it's
is so
like-
fucking awkward.
Like he just reverted to being 11 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Well, I will say this: most people don't know, but in the press conference rooms like this, there's different stations set up. There's multiple stations, so it's like they'll have this player at this one, this player at this one, and I don't know if it's true, but what I heard was that they actually were interviewing one of the Broncos players, and he was kind of talking shit about Cam or about the Carolina.
Panthers.
Yeah, the offense. So I guess that's what they said that Cam kept looking at. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I heard. Like he's even looking at me like
Whoever he's looking at,
Yeah.
you know.
that's why he kept turning over and looking because apparently he was talking shit about him. So I guess he took off before he blew up, is what some people were saying.
Can I tell y'all something? I'm gonna show you real quick what happened. This is the big thing that got people upset when because he just left, and I think he left without even saying anything.
That was the game plan. All the one-on-one training outside. They got a couple big
Look
plays.
at those people like fuck.
Get out of the way.
They got out the way quick. Now, first of all, I don't blame him for leaving because he was gonna kill every fucking reporter in that room.
Oh, hell yeah.
As somebody who talks too much and have got my ass whooped for it, I learned at about 41 to shut my fucking mouth when I see that look right there. Well, you know, when somebody, you know, I know when to shut the fuck up. And all those dumb questions they were asking, they should have took a cue as maybe we need to come up with some better questions because it's the same shit they ask everybody.
It is, yeah.
I mean,
It's
how?
old.
Yeah, it's old. What would you have done better? I don't know. Build a fucking time machine and go back and like play better.
Yeah.
I don't know. What can you do?
Deflated the balls.
But that look right there, I mean, you have to understand with these people, and I'm gonna give him. I'm not gonna come too much like because everybody's saying he's 26 years old.
Yeah,
he's
been in the
young
game for 5 years.
He's young. He's 26. 26 years old is enough to like know better.
Yeah, he
man.
has
Know
a
how to
kid and
act,
shit.
yeah.
So, you know,
NFL players age like dogs. You know, being 26 is like 50 in NFL
yeah,
years. You know what I'm saying?
it kind of is. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, hey, you need to learn how to be a little more gracious. But let's go on the flip side of that. Talk about sore losers, man. I don't really. If there's any time to be a sore loser about something, I'm not defending him at all. But it's with the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You lost in front of millions of people.
Right.
You played a bad game in front of millions of people, and now you've been put in front of millions of people in a room full of reporters who. You're being put in a room full of people who just pretty much politely saying, wow, how did you fuck up so bad?
Basically, yeah, that's
You're
pretty much
being
what the question is.
politely antagonized.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can understand people, before you really judge this guy and talk about how bad he is, he kind of needs some humility.
But it's part of the job.
It's part of it.
That's why they
man.
get paid all those millions
Yeah.
of dollars. It's not just to play football. It's to endure that shit, too.
You know what? And you make a good point.
Yeah.
Let me take back everything I said, 'cause
Yeah,
I was going to try to
man,
bend him
come
up.
If this happens with every player, man. I mean, like, if you lose any game, this is what happens.
Fuck
so,
that. A few weeks ago, a fucking kicker missed a very easy field goal that could have sent his team to, like, the NFC
Yeah,
Championship.
the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, that guy. And he stood in front of that exact same crowd.
Yep.
And, and had to endure every question.
So you can't really.
Every player has
We're
done that.
attacking- we're attacking-
Yeah,
No.
man.
So you
it's-
can't stand up for this when every other player in the NFL has to go through the same process.
Yeah.
He knows this. This isn't his first year.
You
Yeah.
know what? And you're right. At 26, nah, fuck that. People talking about he young. He
Nah,
he
man,
motherfucker
fuck
been
all
there
that.
for years, man.
And he fucked this up. Because the whole week before the Super Bowl, everybody talking about how, wholesome Peyton Manning is, and this dude, they call him a thug and shit. And, he's trying to defend himself like, no, man, I've changed, I'm mature, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
And he does shit like this,
Yeah.
and it's like, come on, man.
Cam hasn't.
let me tell you something, man. if I had multi-millions, not a million,
Yeah, multi-million.
but multi-millions. What
A
was it? What's
star.
his contract?
Oh, that shit's up there.
Is it like 100 million?
I don't
know if it's that
I don't
high
think
just
football,
yet.
Yeah, I don't think football players get paid.
Do
that
they
much
not get
usually.
paid
Yeah,
that
no, they
much?
do.
50,
but
60 million.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
somewhere
heard he
around
was up.
he got endorsements and shit too.
Yeah,
so.
you-
Give me $2 million, and let me lose some shit. As long I've won, still, I'll be in front of there just smiling my ass. Like, hey, I'm still rich.
Goddamn right.
Yeah.
I made it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you
get at
still
least
got to
4
go
endorsements
at
for
least
this.
play. Like
Yeah.
that's an achievement. So at least you made it that far, and like you didn't,
Well,
lose out earlier.
No, at the same time, the Super Bowl, that's the biggest way to fucking
Yeah.
lose. too.
Everybody's
I don't
watching
agree with that. You can't be like, I get money. Like, no, that's your goal.
Super Bowl, you can kind of, just a little bit understand. But my man Arturo said, "Nah, man, you want to talk about just straight up sore loser?
Yeah.
Like somebody who don't have any business opening their mouth, behaving a certain way, need to sit down and shut the fuck up. The most legendary sore loser of all."
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
And it wasn't even his own
She's
loss.
like, I don't know this mother. I know. You're like, I don't know this motherfucker right now. Look at that dude behind him. He's
Man,
like, God damn.
Dude, the cameraman and producer were on point with that. They're like,
They
get
did.
that shot. Get
Yeah,
that
oh.
fucking
Yeah.
shot. Oh
The
my
moment he
God.
walked on stage, they knew
Yeah,
something was
they-
going to go on.
Oh, I'm
Put
proud.
that shit on Beyonce.
Sorry, that was just the media
Even
side
that
of
dude
me.
behind that don't even know. He's like, God damn.
What's he doing?
That's a seat filler.
Hey, in Beyonce's and Kanye's defense, that was an amazing music video. I don't even remember Taylor's video. Single Ladies, everybody knows that fucking
Of course.
video.
Of course. He might have had a point.
Yeah,
But, still.
he had a point, but you don't do that.
But even when Beyonce is telling you, sit your black ass down
she was
somewhere.
She's
so
like, no,
embarrassed.
Kanye, don't.
It's almost like, you see that still right? It's almost like slow motion. She's like, no.
Oh.
Sit down, motherfucker. And then he can't shut his mouth. Can't when Beck won, out there still
Oh, yeah, I
talking.
forgot about
Man, I
that.
just know that the Grammys, if they want real artists to keep coming back, they need to stop playing with us. We ain't finna play with them no more.
No more.
I love watching
so
Kim
much.
Kardashian's reaction
Yeah,
to when he
Kim's like,
speaks.
fuck, here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my man.
She
Yeah,
knows she
I
can't
know,
leave this
yeah.
shit.
Oh no, she's stuck.
Yeah, she's stuck with this. Because they're a celebrity couple. They
yeah.
make money for each other.
Exactly.
That shit, they too invested. She wants to.
Kimye.
She wants to walk out in this shit at the time so
Oh,
bad.
hell yeah.
This motherfucking here. But there are other people. Those are we have a case of some famous sore losers out there. But a lot of people, the good thing about these people,
Yeah.
they sore lose big.
Is it a lot of those people?
Well, no. When I say these people, I'm talking about Kanye.
Well, yeah,
maybe
he's
Cam
the-
for the moment, but especially Kanye. Kanye kind of eclipsed everybody that lose.
He's a king of that shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like if you had an incident where you said some shit or you stormed out of something because you're so loser, don't worry about it. People will think about you until they remember Kanye.
Yeah.
And believe me, it takes about 5 minutes.
And the fact that he gets so upset about losses that aren't even his. Like, he wasn't up for that award. Beyonce was.
It was best female video.
And and he was so enraged by it that he had to get on stage.
Yeah, man, at Beck and shit. Meanwhile, these people got their awards and like, all right, whatever, man.
No one cares.
Yeah. I'm
Beyonce
still.
didn't give a fuck.
Yeah. She got all these people got money. He got money. He worrying about a fucking trophy. If you're a so loser, believe me, you will know Kanye. That's why people forget about things. If I had to pick an original sore loser, mine would be, and see, you don't remember this, people, because he didn't, he didn't fuck up like Kanye did. Mine would be Eddie Murphy.
That was
man.
gonna be mine.
Was it for what?
For Dreamgirls.
For Dreamgirls. Do you remember what he
Oscar,
did?
yeah.
Because y'all probably don't. Well, I'm sure you have. Dreamgirls not that old.
No.
Eddie Murphy was up for an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor in Dreamgirls.
Hey, hold on. I can't do it no more. I can't sing no more sad songs. Hey, Curtis, this is supposed to be your night, right? Let's have some happy times. Brian, I'm gonna give you a count off. The rest of y'all come in when I tell you, right?
What the hell's he doing?
1, 2, 3, hit me. Bop, bop, bop it out of me, bop, bop, bop.
Which is funny because he was just being Eddie Murphy.
He really was.
He was
A slightly serious Eddie Murphy.
a slightly serious.
I thought he was about to be like, in the hot tub. Like that.
He was like
He
a
pretty much was, yeah.
celebrity hot tub.
Hot tub.
Hey, I'm a celebrity hot tub.
If y'all-
You mean he puts his toe in that water?
Gonna get in the water. Gonna make me sweat that. Yeah, I'm going hot tub.
Oh my god.
Oh, shit, man.
And
That's all the skit is, too. There's nothing after that.
It doesn't need to be.
no, it's not after that.
Perfect.
And that's all he was doing in Dream Girl.
Yeah.
Same thing he did, but what happened is that 2007, he was nominated for an Academy Award for this role right here. I forgot who he played in the movie, but it was a supporting role.
Yeah.
Huge movie that year. What's her name also won? Jennifer Hudson,
Yeah.
Best Actress. Killed in the movie. And Eddie Murphy did one thing in the movie. I think I liked him. I thought he had a lot of charisma in that film, but
Yeah.
they nominated him for one look. You remember when he was like
Drug addict?
When he was a drug addict, he
Yeah.
had that one look when they told him he wasn't gonna do that song. He was like,
Yeah.
you know,
It was a good look.
it was a good look.
Yeah, but you know.
That look can only take you so far
It can.
because it was that same year that he also was nominated for a Razzie for this.
If you believe your whole life has been one bad break after another,
You got a girlfriend? No. What you do now?
meet a nice guy
Norbit, man.
Norbit.
Yeah, man.
That was such a piece of shit.
Man.
He actually created he created a verb, man. When somebody fucks up and doesn't get their award, like, man, you Norbit it yourself.
Yep.
This movie is one of the worst reviewed, and also I think it made money. I think it actually made money, but this movie was
It
hated.
probably did.
Yeah, it made money, unfortunately.
Oh, man.
But people hated it. In the Academy Award, they said, yeah, that was kind of an accident that he got nominated.
Yeah, they made it look like an anomaly, just like something that just happened on accident.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
You
yeah.
gave that look, it kind of got us, but you reminded us that.
Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, that's what you do.
Yeah.
And so that year, he won to Alan Arkin, man, for Little
Yep.
Miss Sunshine.
Yeah.
And he stormed out the Academy Awards.
He did. He was very upset.
Yeah, Alan Arkin was like, I don't give a fuck about your feelings.
Got my Oscar.
Yeah, got my Oscar. I'm gone for he was Best Actor for Little Miss Sunshine. And
Supporting actor, yeah.
That's the one where he was like, he became controversial for being a sore loser for a little while.
Yeah.
And Kanye. Nobody ever talked about Eddie Murphy.
No,
Yeah.
completely forgot
Never
about
again.
it. Yeah.
All right, it's not A-list celebrity, but I feel like this was like the best like loss, like breakdown on TV. New York from Flavor of Love. Did y'all see that?
How's that? For
From
Flavor
Flavor
of
of
Love.
Love.
For the Flavor of Love.
Love.
Put,
Flavor of
put some
Love.
extra V's in there. For the Flavor of Love.
Flavor.
Your multi-syllabic.
House, I don't give a
Yeah, she spit in the
Do I
girl's
look like
face,
I do?
Yes.
I don't.
Yeah.
It's all right. Does not stop my stride. I'm still wonderful. I don't need Flav. You think need Flav? He lucky I gave his ass a second chance.
Would you accept this clock from me tonight, New York? Would you get back down with me?
Yes, I don't think I'm fine.
You know what? You a sorry sack of shit if you were upset about losing the Flavor
Flavor
Flav
Flav.
because you didn't get the clock.
And she's trying to like act all tough and like I don't care, and then at the end she's like bawling.
I'm sorry, but I love Flavor Flav. But if your idea of success in life is trying to achieve this, appealing to Flavor Flav,
It was for 3 seasons.
you got some
It was,
love.
and there were like what 20 girls each.
Yeah.
At least.
20 each. How did that stay on for 3 seasons, man?
And then it spun off.
Yeah, and
like
it had
she got
spin-offs.
She got I Love New York.
Yeah.
I Love New York.
People
2.
from her show got spin-offs.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit was an
She made
epidemic.
it an
That's why I hate
It was like an
reality TV.
STD.
Yeah,
Which
why
they
I
all
hate.
probably have.
That's why I hate
Right.
fucking reality TV, man.
Yeah, I'm so glad
'Cause
that shit's died down.
Yeah, because we lose the worst.
We really do.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like that makes it okay for them to have like black stereotypes and shit. It's a reality show, so see, it's real.
It's real.
Oh yeah.
Quote unquote. Yeah,
Yeah,
get the fuck
shit
out
might
of
be
here.
called. Yeah, might be called the life of stepping fetching on that shit. Man.
Yeah, no
That's
shit.
stupid.